we're about to start streaming on Twitch.
What are we doing?
Don't even know. Uh, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of What the Cluck. It's me, Chicken, back with my incredible cast.
I wouldn't call myself incredible. I'd be below average.
I wouldn't call myself a cast.
Well, whatever they identify as.
Maybe more the peanut gallery.
The cashew gallery.
Cash?
The walnut gallery. Gallery.
Gattery?
Gattery.
Gattery?
You know what I'm saying.
What's a gattery?
Good question.
But like
I'll
for
let you try to
Gatling
figure
guns?
that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Alright, so let's start with what y'all been up to this week?
Since last week?
Since last week, yeah. What
Yeah.
what have y'all done this past week since our last recording?
Alright, I guess I'll
Work.
start. Oh. Okay.
I'm working.
That's it?
Work.
What you been playing?
What you been playing?
Watching?
Yep.
Playing pretty much the same crap I always play. Some Rogue Company. Oh, we've been playing that, what you call it? Rainbow Six?
Yeah?
Something.
Instruction.
Whatever I'm told to play, I play.
You weren't told to play
watching-
that one. You were just asked.
I was I was asked to play it, and
At gunpoint?
okay. Yeah, at gunpoint. Politely asked at gunpoint.
You're gonna play it and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I did. I actually liked it. I wasn't forced to like it, but I do. It's not bad.
Yeah, you actually wanted to keep playing it. I was surprised. I thought for sure you wouldn't really be that into it. Like, you would be like, eh. And then we just moved back on to Fantasy Stars.
What didn't you think I would like about it?
Well, I mean, for the most
More
part, we've
tactical.
just been playing only the New York maps. So, you know, there hasn't been much variety.
It does get repetitive sometimes until
Yeah.
you level up.
Yeah.
I'm still missing a character in that game.
Yeah, same.
It's the last play and I'm missing a character on the second level. Instead of levels.
Alright, so you've been playing anything else besides that?
Still just more Fantasy Star and that sort of thing.
Okay. What you been watching?
Listen. Cobra Kai. I personally have been watching Afterlife while I cook or clean in the kitchen.
Yeah? And you like that show?
Is it something I can do alone? Yeah, because it makes you cry, but it makes you laugh, and I don't like to cry in public, so I can cry by myself because nobody's in the kitchen to help me. Ever.
That's
Oh.
why
Hint. Just
I'm
saying.
always in the kitchen, alright? Not necessarily helping, but I'm always there.
You're always around. Yeah, you're somewhere nearby. Never in there to help exactly, but.
But, yeah, I don't know, that show just seems so depressing. I'm like,
Why
But
am
it's
I the
really
only one
good. It's
here with
really
full health?
heartwarming and it's funny. Like as soon as it's done squeezing all the tears out of me, it makes
Yeah.
me laugh so hard. And I'm like, oh, thank God we're over that.
well, because
Fine,
it's
but-
got, what is his name? Ricky Gervais?
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
I adore him.
Which
He
I
cracks me up.
find more as a funny man, so I'm like, well, when you put him in this, like, weird, depressing story, I don't know.
Pressing state.
It just seems weird.
No, it's really, really good.
That's not fair, you got full health.
That's what I was questioning. I had the lower 12.
So is that all you've been watching?
For the most part, we finished off Agretzko, right?
Yep, we finished
past
off
week.
with Gretzko. I
That was,
enjoyed it.
Well done. I was a little worried there
Yeah,
this last season. I'm really glad to see that there's more coming.
I am happy to see that there's more coming.
Super stoked.
Well, at least we assume so, because, I mean, they can still cancel it whenever they want, right? Like,
Yeah, I hope
just
not.
because they put that thing at the end doesn't necessarily mean we'll get another season. I hope we get another season.
True.
Alright, Ghost, what you been up to?
Oh, Lord. sorry. I'm a little confused. I just watched someone phase through a door. But I've been playing some more Dark Souls 3, trying to offline farm some Vertebra Shackles. It's going terrible.
Yeah?
3 hours, only 3 medals.
Who shot me?
So 1 hour.
I'm kidding.
So yeah, long time, no shackles. But other than that, some Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah?
Been enjoying that.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. There's definitely some improvements to be made there, but it's
For
got
sure.
a good formula.
I think it has a good base.
Yeah.
And if they could just build on top of that, I think they'll have something there.
Other than that, I've been just kind of playing the usual. Every now and then playing some Phantasy Star.
Yeah, getting in on that event.
Yeah. Trying to get those alpha reactors. And the last thing I've been playing recently is Persona 4. That's all I've been playing recently.
Alright. You've been enjoying that?
Yeah.
I don't know too much. It's just it's like a turn-based anime, right?
Yeah, it's a turn-based, what they call a slice of life, with emotions involved.
And they like do stuff with TVs or something.
Yeah, you go
What
into the TV
emotions?
world with the most annoying character in the world, Teddy.
Oh, we don't like Teddy. Like Teddy from
No?
Bob's Burgers, like that annoying.
Yeah.
All right,
That's all I've been playing.
sweet. Good variety.
Yeah, haven't been watching much.
No,
No,
been trying to catch up on a Gretzko or nothing.
I haven't had a chance to. But I'm still trying to watch some. I've been watching the newer seasons of Archer, so I'm trying to catch up on that show.
Yeah, we just
have one
watched
episode left,
another
though.
episode. Yeah, we got one more. She refuses to watch it.
I'll save it for a day when I think I can handle it. I can't watch Afterlife and then watch the end of Archer. Like, it'll just kill me.
That seems like a weird justification there.
Yeah,
I can't watch two sad things. Two happy sad things.
I mean, Archer's only sad in the way that that's, you know, the last episode of that
Yeah.
season.
yeah.
Well, isn't it
The
the
end of the
final
season.
episode like ever? Or no?
I
They're gonna do
don't
another season without.
No.
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about it being fully ended off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're
Huh.
doing another one or not.
I can't imagine that they would do it without her.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll have to
Really,
wait.
really can't.
Yeah, you
Just
never know if
wouldn't
it is. They might
the
say it's the
same.
last. It could always be renewed. Enough people like it.
Yeah. Well, so I would say what I've been doing, but I feel like it's kind of been talked about with both of them because I've been playing with both of y'all or watching stuff with y'all. So
Is that me? You haven't been watching things with me?
yeah, I haven't been watching stuff with you, but
I'll still ask the question. Anything new? Anything new you've been playing?
Something you watch stuff on your own without me?
I haven't really been watching anything by myself. I mean,
No.
no, not really. I put on, Scooby Doo whenever I go to sleep. Put on 16 while I'm working. You know.
To set the mood, right?
That's a strange combo.
Scooby Doo
but
when you sleep,
I
and
respect
16
it.
when you're working.
See, Scooby Doo, it has, like, the old ones, they're kind of dark, so that way it's easier to sleep. You don't have all that light. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still have
it's
Miss
just
Feather
good
Lips.
background noise. Yeah.
Miss Feather Lips.
So, I haven't really
Well, you've been
watching.
playing other stuff too. You played some Sekiro.
I
and-
played a little bit of Sekiro. I started my second playthrough. That's going aight. I mean, I'm not dying yet. So, that's alright, I guess. What else have I been playing? I don't know if I've been playing anything other than that. Besides what I've been playing with you guys.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for you to make any points because most of the time we've been playing the same exact stuff.
Yeah, haven't really been branching out much. Well, actually, no. I played a little bit of Diablo 2 Resurrect.
Diablo.
Still haven't beat it. Hit level 30 on my Barbarian. And, yeah, that still made no change. I can't kill Diablo. So I don't know what to do. I need somebody to help me.
I can't help you, my guy. Don't own it.
God dang it. Well, I guess that's a good transition because let's talk what we're here to talk about. Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. God, that was a terrible transition. Microsoft... But
we're talking about a Blizzard game, so it had to come up sometime.
Yeah.
Probably it was talking about a Blizzard game than us talking about some other game.
Right? So, Microsoft recently purchased Activision Blizzard for almost $70 billion, which is a ridiculous amount of money. Might be the biggest acquisition in all of gaming, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't tried to acquire fucking EA yet. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
If
Again,
EA
no one will
gets
want that
enough
company.
negative PR like Activision, they might very well do that.
Okay, I have no ammo!
But I guess we should start by talking about why and how they were able to purchase them, which would be the negative PR that Activision Blizzard has been getting recently.
Oh yeah, they were getting shredded, like
just
scandal after scandal
by everything. They're literally being attacked from all sides. I mean, you've got the employees,
gaming
you've got the
companies.
fan base, you've got companies, you've got what are those people that give them the money?
Shareholders.
Shareholders.
Investors?
There you go, investors. Yeah.
Investors, shareholders.
Yeah, you
shareholders
got those
just
people going
dictate basically a lot of the company.
I mean,
if I remember correctly.
They're just getting attacked from all sides.
I mean, they deserve it.
And yeah, it is very much deserved. So really that's a big part of why Microsoft was able to buy them. Bobby caught
At such a cheap price.
Yeah.
Wow,
such
that's
a
low
cheap
price.
price. Yeah, I mean,
that's a reasonable price. Everyone's got that lying around.
Minecraft was purchased for what, $2 billion,
or
something.
$2 billion.
Yeah.
Mojang. So wasn't this whole company bought by Microsoft?
Soon.
Yeah, Mojang. Yeah. And then you had Bethesda purchased for $7 billion.
Still seems a little too expensive for Bethesda.
I think that's a little high. Yeah.
After 76 kind of screwed over.
And then you have Activision Blizzard for the just huge amount, which I get it. I mean, I still think it's a lot for Activision Blizzard, but I get it because Call of Duty alone brings in billions.
Yeah, Call of Duty alone brings in big money.
Yeah.
I know I hate talking about it, but with microtransactions, these battle passes, all that stuff, they generally break in the cash.
I mean, it makes billions a year just off of that title alone. And then on top of it, to get all the other games, you got everything that Activision Blizzard Blizzard makes. So you got World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Diablo, Warcraft, all that stuff. You have what is it, King, that makes Candy Crush on mobile.
Yeah.
Which brings in stupid amounts of money. I mean, I don't know anybody that still plays it, but I assume people still play it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, I mean...
It's definitely a big shock that they actually bought them out. I thought they would want nothing to do with them. But maybe this is what Blizzard needs nowadays.
Yeah, so... Do you guys think that, this is a good thing?
can be a good thing, but they have to try to change the image that Activision Blizzard has kind of made for themselves as of recent.
Yeah. They'll definitely have a lot of damage to
Backlash,
repair.
apparently. Yeah, they'll have to go into damage control.
Yeah. But do y'all think Microsoft can fix it?
I think they can, and I think Phil Spencer probably will want to focus on that first, because that is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
I mean, the company makes money already hand over fist. He doesn't have to do anything
Right.
if he doesn't want to. With Call of Duty and all that, I mean, it's already just such a monster money maker. So really the only issue is just fixing the toxic work culture. And I would think he's the man for the job for sure. He's all about inclusivity and making things fair, making sure everybody's getting what they deserve, and being appreciated and rewarded for accomplishments and things like that.
Yeah, not women make the same amount
culture
as the dudes. No matter what position they're in, whether they're the presidents or not.
The women are doing all the work there, and that's what some of those situations were, where men weren't they weren't
really doing anything. They were just chilling, playing games.
Off.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of stuff to try to weed through.
Yeah.
It's going to take him a while, so I don't expect anything right away.
It will
but
take
it does
some
give
time,
me
for sure.
hope.
I mean, starting off with getting rid of Bobby Kotick, I mean, that's a big place to start.
That's where I see
he
they
needs
could
to
fail
go. He needs to go.
in this endeavor is by keeping that douchebag around.
Yeah.
Like he did not
fix the situations. He only made them worse.
Yeah, he just couldn't stop. I mean, once the ball started rolling, he just couldn't stop it. Like everything.
Didn't he come and speak out like in a certain situation against something, but not against the current issue? Like came to talk about something that was completely unrelated to the scandal that was going on? Or are they got a different company? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I know Ubisoft did that for sure. Like, they came out and spoke about the NFTs while they also had the harassment stuff going on. Still do have the harassment stuff going on. He just won't address it. But he'll come out and address those NFTs real quick.
Yeah, it makes you the money. That's all that's important.
Makes them $15 or whatever.
They'll talk about money all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they won't talk about the big issues affecting their company.
Yeah.
The company's image, whatever.
Yeah, I'm talking about human relations. Nope, they don't know a damn thing about that.
NFTs? Oh my god! Like that's big talk, Big money.
Big money.
Big money. But I think I'll give Microsoft. I'm not gonna diss on Microsoft. They've done some good things.
Yeah, for sure. They've done good things and they've done very bad, shady things, for sure.
Yeah, they've done some shady things. They're not a perfect company. No company is perfect.
Well, I worry about anybody who gets too big, because you get so big that you can't see everything that's happening, and you can't see when you're screwing up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It would be tough to manage, but hopefully they're doing it right. They're putting all the right people.
I feel like they would have
positions.
separate people focusing on different parts of the company.
Well, there just needs to be such constant communication to make sure you
that's the
keep
thing.
a handle on things that need to be taken care of, and you got the right people that can actually do their jobs. So many people, like I think Blizzard became such a huge company, and they had so many people in positions that didn't even need to be there. Like, one, they were shit at their jobs, and two, the position didn't even need to exist, probably. They had more people working on things than they needed. Just because,
some of the people were working while others weren't.
Exactly. So those positions were obsolete. They didn't need those people there. They were paying them to be there, but they weren't actually doing anything. So
yeah,
it was just a lot. It was a lot of sleight of hand stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, so Bobby Kotick is supposed to leave.
Damn fucking good. I mean, damn fucking straight he's gonna leave.
I
He
mean,
should go throw himself off a cliff. That's all I'm asking
hold up.
I don't feel like that's too much
Hold up.
to ask for.
This isn't proper
No,
conversation.
just literally. like send all of his money to, not a charity, but, send it back to the company or send it back to, people that can actually do some good with it, and then go throw himself off a cliff.
Let's keep things a little less like that. Don't want to see him a little too aggressive here. I know what you mean, though. I understand what you're saying, though. I understand. Trust me.
Options. I've got way better options.
Well,
we gotta try to keep things a little more friendly here.
This guy
that was as friendly as I could get.
Is not gonna have any lessons learned from this because he's gonna be making bank for.
He's still gonna be making money from it.
Yeah,
he's gonna be making
he's not learning a lesson.
250 million just for leaving, and then that may go up to around 700 million just from his shares.
Selling his shares of them.
So almost $1 billion for this dude.
He doesn't deserve any of that money.
But he doesn't deserve.
Yeah.
Yep.
For him running his company into the ground.
He deserves an axe to the back of the head.
And at the moment, it sounds like he's still trying to stay around because he's like, oh, I can help y'all with the transition.
No, he's just trying to look like Mr. Nice Guy. Like, I'm going to help
Now he's trying to fix what
smooth transition,
kind of garbage he's been doing. He's trying to make himself look better.
That's all he's trying to do. It's
literally impossible at this time.
Stunt.
Like,
yeah, you ran the knife into the throat of the company, and now you're just trying to twist it.
Yeah. Well, and he does this while also kind of trying to throw Blizzard under the bus by saying that it's the fault of Diablo and Overwatch being delayed. That's why the stock prices went down.
No, it's your shitty treatment of your employees. That's what's causing the stock prices
You can tell where the correlation is just by looking at the stocks and see, like, well, it really started dipping whenever they wrote that article about you being douchebags. That's really where it started. But he's trying to throw Blizzard under the bus.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Blizzard seems like
the type that would do that.
Like it was J. Allen Brack was the scapegoat,
Yeah, they'll never take ownership of their mistakes. They'll just fucking try to point the blame at someone else. Use, like you said, a scapegoat. Deflect the blame off themselves.
So, besides just Bobby Kotick stuff,
that man is a trash can.
Freaking douche. Let's talk about what we think Microsoft will do with their new acquisitions.
I don't think much will change in the world of Call of Duty. I'm sure Call of Duty will probably stay the same.
You said duty.
Oh my god. Yes, I said the word duty. But I'm sure it'll stay the same exact trash we get each year.
So,
no offense to people who like it, but I find the games just to be trash nowadays. They're just the same exact thing, just recycled.
What I expect to happen with Call of Duty, and they're actually talking about it at the moment, is that people were worried immediately. The first thing everybody thought, oh my god, Call of Duty is going to be an Xbox exclusive. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And they've sort of, kind of talked about that. They leave it kind of vague because, they may want to make it exclusive later. But at the moment,
if they're going to do any kind of exclusivity thing, they're probably going to make sure we get DLCs first, because PlayStation's had that for a while.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't see them making Call of Duty exclusive. But now the biggest change...
That's a big company, that's a big moneymaker on all sides.
Yeah.
For both platforms.
But the biggest change that I do see is that we actually stop getting Call of Duty on a yearly cycle, which is something that the studios are actually talking about, is not doing Call of Duty every year.
Yeah, we need less Call of Duty, just for better quality Call of Duty, because I'm tired of the same exact things we're getting.
Yeah, just copy and paste the new skin. So yeah, they'll actually be able to take more time, and maybe even some of the studios might not make Call of Duty anymore,
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, Sledgehammer, maybe even Treyarch. Maybe they just go to making zombie games. They just make standalone zombie games. which I think could be cool because then they could actually expand upon zombies by just focusing on that one thing and maybe make it a little less repetitive. But
yeah,
they can go off and do anything now though. Like they don't even have to make Call of Duty anymore if they don't want to. I mean,
I think they'll still make it because it is a big money maker.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, they could branch out and do something new now, and actually experiment.
I know what you mean.
Which I think is a really big positive and would be crazy to see.
As long as you don't get into the space Call of Duty, I'm fine.
No space warfare?
No.
Like, what was it? Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with that. And then, of course, you know, all that stuff will be coming to Game Pass now. Which, I mean, adding anything to Game Pass is a bonus, you know, no matter what it is. Even if you don't like Call of Duty, like, it's just more value there.
Yeah, like the Rainbow Six game, that was a good value. I
like, we wouldn't have bought that game or played it at all.
No, I wouldn't have bought that game. I didn't like Rainbow Six Siege, but I like that game.
Yeah. And it allows them to be riskier with stuff like that. You know, they can put it on Game Pass, and probably more people will play
Gauge people's reactions of it.
Yeah. You'll get more people getting their hands on it because of that.
I don't know.
But you know, this can also be improvements, you know,
for any game, for all the game series that they make.
Everything, yeah. I mean, there's you know, I follow people that talk about like Overwatch, so some of those people are kind of excited about this, thinking that Overwatch will probably be better off for it. Because, you know, you'll have Overwatch on Game Pass now.
Branching off for a second, Overwatch 2 didn't need to happen.
Right, we'll probably do Overwatch 2 as, like, its own podcast.
Because it needs to be talked about.
Yeah. But, you know, they can probably do better with Overwatch 2 now, maybe. I mean, Overwatch 2 is still going to happen, you know. They've already been putting work into it, so it's going to happen regardless.
It should happen as a DLC, not a standalone.
Yeah, it should have been DLC.
It should have been DLC, but
I would have been down to pay for the DLC.
For new skin. For sure. For DLC, like, that would have been fine. But we'll talk about that in a different one where we talk about Overwatch 2. But you know, like, Overwatch 2 I wouldn't have paid for, right? The way it is going to release.
No.
So the fact that it'll be coming to Game Pass, I'll be willing to download it there and play it now. But I wouldn't.
Still debating on it because that gives. I'm worried about that though. I'm worried about any game in like a free setting. You get a lot of things that make the game a lot more unfun for people.
Open for that, but I don't know. It depends, because if it's only on Game Pass and they don't make it full free to play, I think that'll be the better option. Because then the cheaters, you know, they still have to pay for Game Pass and stuff like that to get in. And I don't know how banning works there. I don't know if they can ban them from Game Pass or not. I'm not really sure how that works.
What they could have done is, I know no one likes this game per se, but like what Destiny's doing currently, where you have to own the DLCs to play like Trials of Osiris. So it means cheaters will have a harder time getting into something, an in-game activity like that, a competitive play. That's a good idea, just to make sure that reduces the amount of cheaters. There's still gonna be cheaters willing to pay for it, but if we did a lot of those cheaters who just kept making free accounts just to do their thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what needs to be done. Stuff like that that limits those cheaters' ability to play the game. It's not going to fully stop cheaters, but it's going to at least reduce the rampancy of cheaters, which is what you want for something like Overwatch.
Yeah.
Any competitive game will attract cheaters.
And so, we'll be getting all that stuff, but then we'll also be... There's the opportunity to get other things that maybe we wouldn't have ever gotten on console. Like, I don't expect World of Warcraft to come to console, but
I don't
there's
expect it, but
a chance that it
kind of
could.
Cool to see it.
Yeah,
kind of cool to see it.
Interesting, I think.
You know, there's all these IPs that Blizzard makes that are just PC exclusive that can now come to console, you know? They could try and port them over.
Final Fantasy 14's on PlayStation.
Yeah?
You never know. Could always go there.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see, you know, what they do with that stuff. You know, do we get a console version of, you know, StarCraft,
Wow.
World of Warcraft?
I'd like to see some StarCraft and console. Hey.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. And then now we also have like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. It's now owned
they own
by-
Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
Yeah, two things that were previously a PlayStation exclusive are now owned by
Shields over here.
Microsoft, which is really weird.
Yeah, so it used to be PlayStation exclusive, now it's owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Some people are mad about that, but I don't. I think it's a win because that doesn't mean they're
Who's
not
mad
going to
about
stop
it?
releasing those games on any other console. Maybe we'll get
Because
more
it
Spyro
wasn't
games.
exclusive for PlayStation.
PlayStation
Like, no,
people
you
are
guys
mad
shouldn't-
about it because they were like, that was ours.
You shouldn't get access to it.
PlayStation players are mad about anything that Xbox
But,
does.
I mean, I would imagine that Xbox will probably allow those. If they do
PlayStation
make
players are mad about
those.
Bethesda because the possibility of Skyrim being the Elder Scrolls being an exclusive.
Yeah.
When aren't they mad about something that Microsoft does?
Right, they're going to be mad no matter what. Unless Xbox takes the L on something,
And
then they're going
gonna
to
start-
celebrate. That's just how the console wars go. You know?
Which I don't believe in those things. I don't believe any console's superior. I would play
Well,
on
I
any
mean-
console as long as I get an enjoyment out of it.
It's
I
really
am a
just
diehard.
about where
That's what
your favorite franchises are and where your friends are. Like, that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
I mean, I like PlayStation, but once
There's a lot of games that
I got my
PlayStation-
hands
there's a
on an Xbox, I was like, oh my gosh, this is... I don't know. It was
There's a lot
just
of
more
games
fun.
on
It's like the
Xbox that I
difference... It's like the
Typically, yes,
difference
hardware
between
is
the...
better, but I would play any kind of console, really. As long as I get some enjoyment out of it, because there's some games on PlayStation that I can't play on Xbox that I enjoy playing there. There's also games I can only play on Xbox that I can, like I said, only play on Xbox.
Yeah.
Let's get back on topic here, 'cause I feel like I go on forever about these little insignificant ideas.
So, I don't know if y'all know all the franchises that they own, but if y'all do know some of them, are there any that y'all would like to see come back? Like, they have Guitar Hero now.
Previously, like I said, Spyro, since they, at one point, Activision Blizzard shut down Toys for Bob.
Yeah.
They weren't making games anymore. I'd like to see a new Spyro, maybe another Crash Bandicoot game.
Yeah. They did make 4, which I think was good. I don't know. I didn't
play
it.
Wasn't a big fan of Crash Bandicoot compared to Spyro.
Yeah, I mean, I played both of them quite a bit on PlayStation. Good memories. I bought the Insane Trilogy for Crash Bandicoot, but I haven't completed any of them.
And listen, I like what they did with like the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reignited. All the games look very beautiful.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of those games with those graphics.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Trixie, are there any titles you would like to see?
Oh, I mean, I mean, I like Guitar Hero. 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 I mean, I No, there's nothing in particular. I mean, it would
No,
be cool if they did something with WoW. I would like to see that on console, but
like to see
not a
WoW on
big deal.
console.
Some
Yeah,
wow.
to me, it doesn't really matter. I'm not that concerned about it. What I am worried about is what they do with it. I'm worried about the games industry in general and what this means for the entire industry.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some say that Microsoft is trying to develop a monopoly over games
Well,
and
because I
gaming
see
in general.
how difficult it is for Christian to even get a call back for an interview, and so looking at
God,
what's
we use
happening,
names.
it's like, huh?
No, I'm sick of
Nothing.
you.
So this guy I know named Christian that's having trouble getting a job in the games industry
Doesn't matter.
is it's like the more that Microsoft owns, the more they'll streamline things and they'll make things more efficient, and so that means there will be fewer job openings, because they just won't they'll realize they don't need the manpower to do things as they've been done before, where these companies had so much money they were just hiring everybody's uncle and cousin and whatnot, and paying them to be douchebags, to the people that were doing the actual work, and so that means like fewer job openings, and so I don't know. That's my main concern with the way things are going.
Okay, good
Yeah.
concerns there for sure.
Yeah, those are good concerns. That's an issue in most jobs nowadays. Is things getting more efficient,
Yeah.
Which is
less
good. You
people.
want things to be efficient because it keeps costs down, and
But
Right.
that also is bad for people
productivity
who
is
want to get
high and
into
that
those
sort of thing,
industries.
Yeah.
It makes it harder for newer people to get in because you're making it a lot less. You're making them less desirable in the field.
Yeah, it's
because they're not as
difficult
experienced.
for a newbie to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, they stop looking
Because a
for
newbie's
new
not going to be
people,
efficient.
just look for experienced people.
Right.
Yeah.
Although if all the experienced people turn into douchebags, then I mean,
You might have, yeah,
Well,
there might be
I
a
can
chance
only
for
hope.
somebody.
well, it
You
seems
never
like
know.
it's going that way.
to make an opening for the guy I know.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
So yeah, on the concern for the monopoly, I'm gonna go ahead and say that concern really should be non-existent, because
Microsoft doesn't seem really malicious with their acquisitions either.
well,
Like
I've
most.
thought about it, and it's kind of impossible to ever have a monopoly in gaming.
Yeah, it's true, because Sony has its own sections, so that means they wouldn't be able to own everything.
Well,
Really wouldn't
also, anybody can make anything at any point, So even if Microsoft owned every first-person shooter studio, anybody that works at, Nintendo or Sony can go and make an FPS. Or anybody just at their house can make an FPS. So you can't really have a monopoly, because anybody could make an FPS.
I'm just raising the concerns that some people have. Which,
yeah, for sure.
It's good to cover the concerns.
I've seen that concern a lot, but I've been thinking about it. I'm like, well, I don't think anybody should really be concerned about that, because yeah, they can own the big FPS games for sure. They could own all those, but they'll never just own all of FPS.
Yeah, there'll always be another FPSs being made by other companies.
There are people that make games just on their own. It's just one dude at his house.
I can name an example of that. The man who made Stardew, it was only him pretty much doing all the work.
Yeah.
He made the game. So not trying to say anyone can make a game, but if you have the skills to do it and you know everything about it, anyone can make a game like that, make an FPS.
Yeah.
It'll take you a lot of time.
For sure.
Something Microsoft. That means you're another person on the field, so it means that's one less thing for Microsoft to own. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen.
So, I'm not really worried about monopoly stuff, and I don't think anybody else should be.
No, you worry about, well, because I mean it does. It raises the bar for like Sony and Nintendo to kind of get some new stuff going, because Microsoft is pretty much dominating the field right now. So if they want to stay in competition, they need to pull a rabbit out of their butts and wherever they keep their rabbits and get some new stuff out there.
A weird place to keep your rabbits. Continue.
And draw in more money and more consumers, I guess. Whatever they're gonna do, they need to, like Xbox has the Game Pass thing. What does Sony have?
PlayStation Now.
PlayStation
Now thing. Yeah. And it's
then
not,
there's.
You're not. It's not as much bang for your buck on that.
Then there's Nintendo trying to do something like that with older games, even though they're poorly ported games.
Yeah, they really need to branch out a lot more with something.
I think, Nintendo has always been behind, to be honest. Like, they've always been behind.
That's just their thing. Yeah.
Not that they make bad games or anything, because their games are well made, usually.
Mm-hmm. And complete.
Yeah.
Complete games.
But they've always been behind on everything. Technically, and just being open-minded about games. I mean, for the longest time, they wouldn't even let violent stuff on their platforms. I mean, they put Resident Evil 4 on GameCube, but that was just random. I don't know how that got on there. But they've pretty much shied away from violence for the longest time. And really,
until
Switch is when they really opened up, and they pretty much
they started acquiring all these other games like Bayonetta, which is a whole nother situation.
Very sexual.
Very long legs McGee over there. Curb stomping demons and angels with her hair.
Yeah. With her
like those
clothed
games,
hair.
I like those games, so I'm not gonna get mad at them. I enjoyed first two Bayonettas.
Yeah.
Like me some Platinum Games is generally good at what they do.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was gonna ask what we think they can do to compete, Nintendo and Sony.
Well,
like, do they just come out with their own Game Pass?
What's the word I'm looking for? A prude little douche, and actually start to cooperate a little bit more with other companies. Yeah. They're just kind of stuck in their ways. They don't want to cooperate with any other company.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Nintendo needs to branch out a lot more. Its games library is relatively small compared to PlayStation and Xbox.
There's a good thing about Nintendo games. Those games are generally well made, though. Even though
they are, they just don't have as many options.
Yeah, there's not as many options to play on a.
There's
like a
also
Switch.
not very many options of where to play them. So, like Xbox has cloud gaming, where you can play on any device anywhere.
Unless you're me.
So yeah, about the goonies and
can't play anything.
Can't play anything. So I think they really need to look at expanding some options, and then of course PlayStation. I think because they don't do as much with the backwards compatibility. There's a whole library of games that's just being thrown away, basically because they refuse to look back on them.
Yeah.
Even though people still love to play old stuff, I mean, you're not going to make as much money off of them, but they're still.
It shows your older fans that you still remember the classics.
Yeah, you're appealing to the nostalgia and keeping them happy and making them want to play.
Speaking of that,
and it's just for game preservation, right? Because I mean,
like Nintendo has a hard time allowing game preservation to be involved. They won't do it themselves.
Yeah,
I understand. Like ROMs and stuff aren't exactly beneficial to them, but at the same time, at least allow other people to play those games in an easier way. You won't have as many of these issues.
Well, because what they're asking you to do is to keep your old console and keep it functioning just forever if you want to keep playing the old games that you like.
That's not realistic.
That's a hard thing to do.
Like, at some point, that console's going to go out.
Yep. It's sad but true.
Yeah. So, I was thinking, maybe since Microsoft is sort of doing a Game Pass thing and gathering all these AAA companies, maybe Sony or Nintendo do their own kind of Game Pass thing, but instead of it being AAA, it's indie. Maybe they go for the indie
Catch
market.
the other side of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I think technically is doing better than the AAA companies at the moment.
Yeah, nowadays there's a lot of good indie games that I can name that I've actually recently picked up and started to enjoy.
Because those people are still trying to get people to buy their stuff.
Because they have to prove their worth, so they actually try.
Yeah.
AAA companies, they know you're going to buy it no matter what. They're like,
no matter how much you complain, you're still going to pay for it.
Yeah. We can release a buggy mess. They'll still give us money for it. It's fine.
Because of the name. They're just...
Yeah, they're just selling the name.
Yeah.
Right.
This is garbage. Garbage.
I mean,
stupid.
Going back to a previous point. Here's hoping we get Twisted Metal again. Sony.
Ooh, Twisted Metal.
Here's hoping.
I think they had some other studio making it, and they just moved it internally, so they got that studio off of it. So I don't think it's going well for their Twisted Metal. But then they also have a show or movie coming out.
I just wanted to point that one out, though. That's the game series I want. Who should I give it to real quick? Topic for the game. You want a shotgun or a sniper?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
Shoddy. I would go shoddy.
Shoddy. Alright, so do y'all have any other thoughts on the Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard?
Just hoping that they can turn around the reputation.
I'm just really glad that they're taking the reins from that Bobby No Dick and giving him the boot. It sucks that he's getting such a huge payout because he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he should get nothing.
He deserves no.
He deserves, if anything,
no
a single fucking penny
anything.
with how scummy he is.
All he deserves is all those lawsuits he's getting. That's all.
Yeah, he deserves to pay all
if
that
all those
out
people
of
that
pocket.
made complaints that he knew about and ignored for so many years could come back and file a lawsuit against him, that would be
he still technically was at fault at the time.
Yeah.
I would just love to see him lose his ass.
That probably won't happen though because he is rich.
And I hope he doesn't end up somewhere else. Like I really hope he doesn't end up.
Oh God, just stay out of the games industry altogether.
God.
Like
my biggest fear is that
to enter.
after he leaves, what we hear is he is now the CEO of Gearbox. That is my worst fear.
No.
That is
Don't
my
ever
worst.
say those
Say
words.
that. I don't have
You
any
leave
wood.
Gearbox out of
That
this.
will.
Knock on wood, that does not fucking happen.
I don't know if I'll ever want to work in the game industry. I'll have this degree for nothing.
Yeah, you'll have to go do something else. You just have to be a bagger at HEB or something like, fuck life anymore. Yeah, so, he's got all this money he can belong to, yacht clubs and country clubs, play golf.
I mean, he still belongs to Coca-Cola. He's still head there, so...
all these exclusive clubs
hopefully he stays there and never comes back.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be allowed into the most inclusive club there is, which is gaming. He's just not allowed. We're the most inclusive, but you can't get in. You can get into all these other fucking exclusive clubs, but you can suck it when you try to get into gaming.
Yeah.
Back the fuck off, douche.
Yeah, I'm just super terrified that he'll end up somewhere that we don't want.
Need to stay away from gaming. I think we said for a lot of things. People of the older mindsets need to stay away from newer ideas.
Yeah.
I can't get a
gaming,
kill.
especially.
Where
Gaming is one of those
somebody
things that does not need those outdated ideas. We need people who are not going to treat their employees like trash because of prior beliefs.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's it for that topic, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be angry.
I gotta rip off my chest.
I'm tired of being.
Oh,
pissed
you
off
don't
at
want to
people.
be angry, but we've got
Peop-
Troy Baker to
People
talk
say-
about.
Oh God, no. God, doofus.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to start on that? You guys can kind of fill me in.
So, Troy Baker made a tweet
And
promoting NFTs for voice actors.
That's the name. That's the name of his book, his memoir. Troy Baker made a tweet.
Troy Baker
made a tweet.
that was talking about voice acting NFTs.
No.
In which you basically give this studio
Chest up
your
here.
voice, and then they go and sell it to other people as NFTs, and then they can use your
So it means
voice
you
for whatever.
technically wouldn't own your voice.
Right. You wouldn't even own your own voice.
That is stupid.
But
Is that not the dumbest thing you've ever heard?
the way he ended his tweet
No, you
was,
can't use your voice for this. We own it. Like,
Right?
Stop talking.
Just stop talking. You're not allowed to talk.
until we tell you.
not speak. Do you have the NFT? No.
No, but I'm the person who
Do you
made it.
own
No,
your
it doesn't
voice
matter.
anymore?
You don't
I
own
don't
it.
think so.
It's not yours.
Right?
It's not-
I own you now.
Look at me.
Look at-
Look at me.
I
I own
own
your
your
voice
voice
now. I own your voice now. But it's my voice. No. I own it.
Oh,
But so all that's bad
The
enough.
railing.
But then he decided to end his tweet with, "You can either hate or you can create." Basically saying that anybody that criticizes or differs from him is just a hater and doesn't believe in creating things.
Oh, can't tell me times I've heard someone say that.
So he's basically
get-
just trying to stop everybody from saying anything negative, which of course backfired on him.
well, you can say negative stuff, but he's basically saying, "I don't give a crap."
Yeah,
You
Still gonna
you
go
can be a
through it.
hater if you want, but I don't care what you think.
yeah.
Oh, we missed a side
Go
quest.
screw
Your
off.
opinion is invalid.
Yeah, your opinion's trash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he's trash. So I'm like, well, if you don't care about my opinion, I don't care what you're doing.
Which,
Screw yourself, dude.
I think it's really his ego because he's such a
Yeah.
big voice actor. He's in all these different things: animes, games, cartoons,
Isn't
animated
he in
movies.
this game? Isn't he a voice in this game?
I looked up all the voice acting jobs that he had, and it wasn't listed, but I could have sworn he was. I don't know. He does a lot of Batman, I'll tell you that. He doesn't do Batman's voice, he does Robin's voice. And Joker once or twice,
Wow, he doesn't even play a Batman, he just plays Robin.
right?
What a terrible character. Can't even play an actual character, he's gotta play Robin.
Wow, you're just Robin. You're like the freaking sidekick, man.
You have the voice of a sidekick, my guy.
Like,
what they're
how low
telling
is
you.
that?
And of course he plays Joel in The Last of Us, I guess not anymore. Right?
Since they killed him off. Yeah.
So, that spoiler alert.
I
Yeah,
feel like
right.
the game's
There
been out
There are
long
people
enough.
that don't know.
Yeah, but it's... Someone's
Somebody
gonna try
doesn't
to
know
say it.
yet.
Yeah, spoiler alert. You ruined the game
Someone's gonna
for
try to talk some trash about it.
I just bought the game.
And why are you here?
I don't even own the game. I've
Seems
never
like a
even
weird
played the
place
game
to
and I
be
know
if you
these
just bought the
things.
game.
I'm not even a hardcore gamer and I know these things.
So
I've never played the games before and I know these things.
So everybody started calling him out, other voice actors, his friends, and then of course strangers are always going to call you out on everything.
Always. Everything you do, it doesn't matter whether they're okay with it or not.
Yeah,
Call you out. Yeah.
you're going to get called out. Doesn't matter. But so everybody called him out, and
Oh my god.
then Stingray joined the party.
Hello? I'm gonna
Hello.
boot you, Stinger. We're in the middle of something here.
Another co-host.
Another
No.
co-host, a special guest. A wild
special
stingray
guest,
The wild stingray.
has joined.
This is the worst special guest we could have gotten. You'd be better off grabbing a trash can and putting a mic on it.
Why don't we just invite somebody at random?
It's
I think
okay.
Hondo
I got
would
my
make a
cat.
better guest than him.
Here, cat, you take over. Take over.
Oh wow.
Oh, God.
Do something.
That would be a better guess.
There we go.
Your cat.
Meow.
Come on, do something.
So Troy Baker then went on to Alana's podcast, which they're
I'm about
friends.
to die again.
I
So
don't know who that is. Should I know who that is?
she was somebody that worked at IGN for a while.
You don't know Alana Pierce? What the? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know anybody from IGN because I don't like IGN.
She's this Australian hottie.
IGN's a terrible place to work.
She's the Australian.
They don't know anything
She's
about
Hottie
games.
McHottie.
The Australian hottie.
Shut up, Josh.
That's like on her resume.
I mean, Stingray.
Oh, you doxed me.
Wow.
I didn't say your full name. I can say it right now, though.
Oh, no.
Do it.
So they went on there to talk about it, and of course he tried to play dumb, because that's what you do.
Because he is dumb.
Because he really is, but
From what you told me so far, he's just dumb.
I don't know that he's dumb, but he's.
No, he's just dumb from what you've told me. He just sounds dumb.
I think even his explanation, the way he tries to play it off, is just dumb, because he tries to act
His
like he's
explanation is
completely ignorant and doesn't know anything.
Yeah,
But then
well,
at the
He's
same
trying to
time-
feign ignorance of something that there's evidence of.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Isn't there like people have like saved their tweets too? Most likely. Sure, there's someone out there with a compilation of all his tweets.
Yeah, so this guy, he says, I didn't know that there would be all this hate, I didn't know what it was all about with the NFTs and all that. He just heard that it was a cool new
Popular and-
technology. He wanted
and
to
money
get in
making.
on the technology. Well, he
his
says it's
tweet
not for
says
the money.
otherwise.
No, those are lies. It's most likely for the money.
But he
It
knew that
is,
there was
because-
hate around NFTs, even though he claims that he didn't know that this would be like a big deal.
Has he not been paying attention to what the entire NFT system? How
He has, because he
has
knew
been
that
received.
there would be hate. That's why he did the hate or create.
That's why
So
his
he
tweet
knew,
was worded
that
the
there
way
would
it
be
was
hate.
worded.
like,
You can
you
either
can't
hate or
say that
create.
you didn't know, and then go completely acknowledge that there's hate around something.
Mhm.
So he tries to play it off and acts dumb, because that's what you do. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Oh, my bad. I'm still doing it anyway now that I know, but
Yeah, which he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't walked it back at all. He just went
But I said
silent.
I'm sorry.
And so
Yeah, no.
he plays it off. And by the way, he says that it's this cool new technology, which it's not. It's just AI voices, which has been around forever. It's nothing new. And he also decided that his choice would benefit everyone. He made the choice to benefit all voice actors by doing this.
Have you talked to any of the other voice actors to
Yeah.
see how it would benefit them?
Without talking to
Make sure
them,
they're on board with this
Like-
comment?
I single-handedly decided this was good for you.
No, trust me, guys, it'll be good for you. Me
Yes.
doing this for me will help you. Trust me.
And while explaining that it's good for everyone, he continuously talks about how it's good for him, and doesn't really explain how it's good for everyone else. Like, not at one point does he ever say, well, it'll be good for everyone else because it provides this. It's all, well, it'll be good for me because, people that can't afford me can now buy my NFT and use my voice. Which is just a stupid way of thinking, because then only one person will have that voice. Like, it's not like anybody can use the voice now. It'll belong to one guy. That's it.
Well, what gets me is that in the same, what was he like in an apology video, or was it a podcast? Was it Alana's podcast or something like that?
Probably Alana's podcast, because I haven't seen an
probably,
apology video.
Well, not really an apology, but an explanation. When he's providing his explanation, like, oh well, I didn't know, and yeah, well, you know, my friends still support me, and Alana's like, well, I can't keep supporting you if you're going to go ahead and go through with this. But he says he's not doing it for the money, and then immediately goes into
how it's going to pay for his kid's
college. And
yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
an extent, but not at the expense of screwing everybody else over.
Yeah, because it doesn't benefit other voice actors.
No, all it is for his kids' college fund, which, yeah, really, how much of that is going to the kids' college fund?
Right.
Honestly. Mm-hmm.
How much of that is going into your pocket?
Like, you haven't already started a college fund with the work that you are doing, that
right?
You get paid. I don't know what voice acting pays.
I have no clue. I guess it depends on how big of a voice actor you are, which he's a big voice actor. I mean, I don't think it's like hiring a Hollywood person to come and do something, you know, like Keanu Reeves, Cyberpunk, you know, was probably way more expensive. But I would imagine he's probably on the more expensive end of things as far as voice acting.
Right.
But yeah,
I would imagine so.
Know how much
because of his experience and all that. Yeah, he's definitely on the higher end, I'm sure.
But you know, pretty sure bankrolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he definitely gets enough jobs.
You can't pay for your kid's college already, and that your kid's not going to get a job to help pay for some of his own college at least, you know?
Right.
Like, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this, or your kid's not going to be able to go to college.
Yeah.
Like, don't give me that bullshit.
Exactly. It's just a lame excuse.
And if his kid's not as big of an idiot as his dad pretends to be, I think the kid could probably get a scholarship or two and get himself into college.
Right?
No big deal.
So, yeah, he's just I don't know. I don't know if he just doesn't think before he says anything, or what's happening with him. You know, like, I'll say he's a good voice actor, you know, but as a person, like, I haven't heard anybody really talk about him as a person, right? Like, everybody talks about him as a voice actor. Like, he's a good voice actor, but nobody will talk about him as a person. And as a person, I don't think he's a great person. You know? He tries to play himself off as, like, the good guy, you know? I'm the good guy.
I mean, unless you know the guy personally, you really can't say.
Right.
I don't know him personally.
But
there's how he portrays himself, you know, in podcasts and in interviews and things like that, where I'm like, yeah, this guy, he knows what to say. Do I believe him?
Yeah.
No, I think he could probably be a douche, you know, in a different setting. Like, if you're not in the industry, or if you don't know somebody that he knows, that he's gonna blow you off, like, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like, he couldn't care less about anything but himself and his own little world, which, you know, that's fine, I get it. Like that. But he's not a real humanitarian. He's not like a people person so much.
Yeah, I mean, the way he said it in Alana's podcast was like, you know, if he were to have something that would benefit others like he thinks this does, you know, that would be a dick move to not do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then he does something like this, and it's like, well, this screws everyone. So
Yeah, and he's unapologetic about it.
yeah, and he
there
doesn't
was no
care.
apology.
Yeah, there was
He,
no
he was
apology.
he was justifying what he was doing. He wasn't
Mhm.
apologizing. He was justifying.
Exactly.
Like, well, my kid needs a college fund, and apparently he has no other way of providing
Yeah.
that college fund. Which is bullshit, but whatever.
Right.
You know. I don't get into his finances. I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
He's got
We don't know how many Lamborghinis he's got.
right. You know, he could have um, college bills of his own.
Right.
Loans that he's taking. I don't know if he's been to college, had a degree in something, and then decided to get into voice acting instead. I don't know. I don't know his financial situation. I don't care. But his justification for doing this is bullshit.
Yeah.
You can justify doing anything. Like we were talking earlier, I needed to rob this bank, because I got bills to pay and I got babies to feed and my I guess low income bare minimum wasn't cutting it, So I robbed this bank, and yeah, I'm not going to apologize for it, but it's putting food on the table and keeping a roof over my kid's head, so screw you. Like, well, okay, can't argue with that, I guess.
Yeah. But you're still a criminal, so
You're still a criminal.
go ahead and
you
get in the
still
back of the
stole
car.
from people. You didn't earn the money. There's several different ways to look at it.
Yeah. So I mean, this whole thing it puts other voice actors out of a job, really. You know, it screws over voice actors, and then I think another reason why Troy Baker has gone silent is because of the controversy around the people he's working with, because they are now known for stealing other people's work and using it as their own, trying to sell it.
So what's being done about that? Is there somebody filed suit against them, or?
I'm not sure if anyone's filed suit or not. I know that the people that had their stuff stolen called them out, and then these people put out some sort of reply, which I guess
Thank you.
is sort of just like I don't know if it's automatic or not, but it's not like a sincere reply, because it's just sort of getting copied and pasted to everyone that's calling them out for stealing their work. So it's not a sincere reply. Like, oh yeah, we're sorry. Here, we'll give you back your work and take it off our thing. I'm not sure what's being done. I would imagine
we already did what we did. Like, how do you take that back?
I don't know. They could remove
Like,
the
what do you-
NFT because it's just on a server, right? So all they have to do is just remove it off their server. I mean, they've still got the money. Like, they'll keep the money, I'm sure, but they
Yeah,
can at
see,
least
that
get rid
would
of it
be
so it stops being sold.
But some of those places got rid of the ability to report those things of your art being stolen. Like, you can. Some of those places get rid of that function, because they no longer give a fuck.
Yeah. Wouldn't
It's none
even
of their
surprise me
concern.
if this was one of them.
Things are just getting out of hand because there's nothing to regulate any of this
Yeah,
stuff
it's a
yet
terrible
because it's
medium
so
for one.
new.
Yeah.
There's nothing to regulate it, nothing to keep it in check.
Yeah, I mean, they're stealing people's profile pictures off of, like, Twitter and stuff and selling them as NFTs now.
And there's people stealing their NFTs and using them as profile pictures.
Yeah. I
So
went
it
on
works
to an
probably both
NFT
ways.
thing just to make fun of it, and I just screenshotted a thing on there. I was like, look, I own it now. Free of
Oh
charge.
god.
Like, that's
Somebody's
how
gonna sue you
dumb
now.
NFTs are. Is that you could just screenshot this stuff, and boom, you have it. Now, it's not the same for voice acting NFTs, of course. Like, you can't screenshot a voice.
No, but you
But
can recreate a voice.
If it is an
pretty
AI
well.
thing, you can, get an AI that recreates.
Take a sample from, a movie or video game or whatever, and
Yeah, I mean, you just boot up one of the games that, Troy Baker was in and just use that,
right. The whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
Concept.
And that's my mother.
really is. So, is there anything else to say about Troy Baker?
He's a
No,
trash
I'm done
can.
talking about, yeah. Not really.
Is that
much more
enough?
left
Is that
to
a good
say.
enough thing? Next.
I think if he were a smart man, as he
He would stop.
half claims to be, um,
Wait, he claims to be an intellectual?
half, he admits that he does dumb things, but then
And
at
everyone
the same
does dumb things, but he's
No.
trying to justify those dumb things.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what makes him really
That's
dumb.
what makes
Yeah.
him
Justifying the dumb thing that he's doing. If you're doing it, you know it's wrong and you don't care, then own up to it. I mean, it's gonna ruin you pretty well either way, I think, but
yeah.
I don't know. Just be a big boy about it.
If he were a smart man, he would back out of what he's trying to
You
do.
would back the fuck off, yep. And be like, yep, this is not gonna end
And-
well. I'm out.
I don't know if an apology is necessary, but maybe issue an apology to at least trying to screw over other voice actors. I don't know.
You don't even have to apologize. Just learn your lesson and know
Yeah.
better. And
Yeah.
maybe spread the word. Like, hey, I was about to make this really dumb mistake. I recommend that you not make this dumb mistake.
Yeah. What
You
kills me
know?
is that he didn't even do any research. He just heard new technology. Okay. Like, he didn't do any research on the company
learn
at
from it
all.
and teach.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
Yeah.
No. I don't
Yeah,
think that happened.
he has shown that he has no intention of stopping this.
Nope.
So
It's all about that kid's college fund.
it'll be his downfall, I guess.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
gonna have a hard time finding work now that he's just becoming a pariah, a social pariah. The more he keeps pushing for that, the more people are gonna push back.
Yeah, hopefully
it's
he
just
doesn't
been
try
so
to push
quiet.
it anymore. He went completely
Well,
silent.
no,
so.
he's gonna do it quietly until
Yeah.
somebody discovers that he's done it, and then there'll
Then
be
try to
huge
backpedal.
backlash. Yeah,
Yeah,
but by then the damage is already done. He's
Yeah.
entered into it, and people are gonna have to try to recover from his mistake.
yep. So Troy Baker, if you want to keep having a career so you can get your kid into college,
He's not
Probably
he doesn't-
back.
He's not threatened by anything we have to
yeah,
say.
he doesn't care about
Or our
us.
We're not
opinions
big
on the
enough.
subject. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could care less.
He's like, you only got 16 subs. Get out of here, scrub.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. So I think that's about it for Troy Baker. So, let's get into the more fun stuff. The more positive stuff.
Yeah, can we go positive for a minute? I'm tired of talking about douchebags. God, it's like nothing but douchebags.
I know,
lately.
that's like the entire game industry now. If we had started this
Done, like,
podcast
that's
a
all
long
we
time
deal
ago,
with.
man, think about all the positivity we could have had so long ago. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing. But no, this
Oh.
is our life now. Keeps getting worse.
What it's like to be a gamer nowadays.
It's a phase you have to go through to get to good. You have to go through the bad to get to the good. You got to hit rock bottom
yeah.
before people learn. And
This is our,
all right, here's what we
what
got to
is
do to
it,
not let that happen again.
E.T. This is our E.T. moment. Here.
Yeah.
Needs to get buried in a landfill and then start over.
The video game, E.T. the video
Yes,
game.
E.T. the
not
video
movie.
game, not
yes,
the movie.
not the movie. The movie
gotta-
is
you
successful.
gotta
Don't you dare try
clarify.
to say that.
The movie is a
The,
masterpiece.
the Atari game.
Go
Back
watch
in
the
the
movie
day.
right now.
Yeah, go watch the
10 out of
movie. The
10.
movie's great.
I don't know where you can watch
Best.
that at, but go find it.
Okay.
Alright, so I don't know which one of y'all wants to kick this off, but what is y'all's favorite game or franchise?
Well, I already spoke about my favorite game franchise multiple times.
Well, let's hear it again.
Oh god, that would be the Persona series, made by Atlas.
So, what is it about the Persona series that makes it your favorite?
Let's go over a bit of the basics. For people who don't know what Persona is, It's sort of what's called a slice of life JRPG. Sections of the game go based off what a high schooler's life would be. A high schooler's life. You know, making friends, doing schoolwork, bettering yourself, just anything you would do. Go hang out. And the other half would be you just going into dungeons and fighting monsters with your magic personas. What makes series good to me is I enjoy a nice turn-based RPG. But most people don't really enjoy those, so I don't feel the need to push it on to people like others would. I like the art style of the games. I like just the gameplay. I enjoy the challenge of it.
Okay.
Characters. Everything about the game is well written. Unlike games nowadays.
So you like the combat, story, and the art style.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good
Alice is
reason
done.
to like it. For sure.
The games aren't half-made either. That's the thing about it. It's a full game.
Yeah, that's always a positive. Like my games to be finished.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things.
so
The good thing
rare
about those
these
games
days.
is there's actually different versions of each Persona game that change different things.
Yeah, they have like brawlers and stuff like that, right? Like,
Yeah, there's also the different versions of the baseline games. There's Persona 3 FES, and there's Persona 3 Portable. The PSP version gave you a whole new character to play, a female protagonist.
Is that the only one with the female protagonist?
Yep, currently.
Okay.
Actually, no. Yeah, I think that's the only one. And there's the FES version gives you a whole new ending to the game.
Well, that's cool.
Stuff like that. I like games that seem to have something going for them. The games seem to be well made.
Yeah, for sure.
Such a rarity.
Yeah, such a rarity nowadays. So who's next? Giving
Chicken? Wanna go next?
You want me to go next?
You can go
Sure.
next if you want.
Alright,
Let's hear
well, I sort of have a
Oh,
big
boss
list
man.
because my stuff is sort of, varied.
We can go over like if you have a specific series you like to first, then we can go into specific games.
Like,
Your-
so,
your biggest-
obviously, my favorite genre is probably FPS, since that's the one I play the most. But, so, if we break down FPSs,
Okay.
I would have to say, gosh, Halo is one of my favorites. Halo 1, 2, and 3 are my favorites, because I think Halo 1 is whenever I really got into gaming. You know, like, I obviously played games before that, but I think that's the one that, like, really made me want to go, yeah, this is what I want to do for, like, the rest of my life, is just play games. So much fun. And it's also the game series that sort of inspired me to want to make games. So, in that aspect, it would be a favorite just because of that stuff right there. I mean, the gameplay was so good on, Halo 1. And it was like the first person shooter I ever played. I don't think I'd ever played one before that. And doing the big LAN parties. Halo 2 was my first midnight launch ever, which was a crazy experience for the first time. I don't even remember how old I was, but I just remember us standing in the mall parking lot.
5 or 6.
Yeah, it was a
We
long
were in
time
South
ago.
Dakota.
Yeah, I remember it being cold and being in a parking lot outside of a mall, and the line was just like stretched out there. Like,
Yeah.
GameStop was on the other side of the mall. And,
This was South Dakota where nobody lives, but
Right?
there were enough people. to stretch the
everybody
fucking
wanted
line.
Halo 2.
Actually, I've never been to a midnight launch before. Speaking of that,
You never came to any of the midnight launches with us for like Halo or anything? Huh.
Fair.
Yeah. Sure you would have been there for some of them.
Continue though.
Well, so, and Halo 3 is when I started getting good at games, because I think part of that was Xbox Live. So that's whenever I started getting better at video games, because I used to just be awful. Needed help with like everything. So that's why I really like the Halo franchise. But then you also... What were you gonna ask?
I was saying, so if that's the game series that really got you... I already stated, but that's the one game series that really put you into gaming?
I think that's where I really fell in love with gaming. I liked playing games before then, but I think that's whenever I really loved it. Just being able to sit in a room with everyone and be able to blow each other up and have a good time, like, the best memories are the LAN parties, and I wish we could go back to those days. Those were so good. But then you have things like, Borderlands, which, Gearbox is a studio that I want to work for, and I love the Borderlands games. Creating this shooter-looter genre, and it was a game that was super violent, enemies actually exploded into a bloody powder.
Some giblets,
Yeah.
Skulls, brains.
Yeah. And the crazy, chaotic guns. Borderlands 1, I didn't know what was happening story-wise. Didn't really care. I was just having a good old time, getting the alien guns and everything. And it, had some of the Halo charm with it too, where we played that split screen. Everyone in a room
doing that.
having a good time.
Remember when we used to come up? Remember we used to all play a System Link Borderlands 2, doing like the raid bosses.
Yeah.
That was fucking fun.
Yeah. So it's like Borderlands is one of my favorites because it's a studio that I want to work for in a game franchise that I would love to make. Because it's just so cool. It's got so many different possibilities. They just go crazy with some of the stuff sometimes. And then the last one would probably be, I would have to say, Overwatch. Not really.
Dark Souls.
Well, as far as shooters.
Oh, you're going shooters.
Overwatch.
Right.
I mean,
Overwatch.
I have the most time in that game out of anything I've ever played. Like, that was a game that I just loved. And past tense, loved. Because they have completely ruined that game. At least for the time being. I would
love a lot of time in that game too. And
Overwatch to be better. Yeah, but it was a great game. It was well
it's a good
made.
game.
I mean, the amount
like
of time put into it. I mean, it's not like it had a lot of content, right? Like, you had like 3 game modes whenever it launched.
Oh, you only had 2. You push the payload and like the multi-map objectives.
You had the payload, the captures, the hybrids, and
okay.
the other capture one, whatever it is. So I guess 4.
Chest.
But, it's cast of heroes and all that. Like, it was a surprise game. Because honestly, I wasn't even thinking about the game ever until Honda was interested in it. And I was like, well, I've never even really heard of this game. And so we decided to play the beta, and it was just, after that, that's what we decided to go with. Like, it was, I don't know, it was awesome. I liked it. It brought me kind of back to those days of like Halo and Borderlands, and, having just fun with the game, because so many games where you enjoy it, but you don't really have that.
Damn, I didn't know we were doing multiples. I would have done more than just one.
I mean, if you could think of any
You
more
can go
while
back. Yeah, go ahead.
we're talking, go ahead.
I have more,
Yeah.
but I'll let you finish what you're talking about.
But anyways, it brought me back to those feelings. I had the same chills and excitement playing with friends. Just having a good old time playing with friends.
Something to look forward to after school or on the
Yeah.
weekends or whatever.
Yeah, something that I really want to
Man,
log
I can't
into.
wait to get back on and play.
Yeah.
So just don't really have that as much anymore here lately.
Yeah, now we log into Phantasy Star every day, but it's just a few dailies. Like, I'm not really having fun,
Yeah. Just knocking out stuff.
Yeah,
grinding.
I'm just doing what I gotta do to get money so I can make my character look pretty.
My character looks very good.
So,
Anything? Oh,
those are some big ones, but obviously, I'm just gonna end it with my most favorite franchise. I think y'all can guess what it is.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Mhm.
Yes.
This man's the reason I got into Dark Souls.
God, such a great franchise. It's crazy to think that I used to hate Dark Souls. I just
Hate the first
absolutely
one, still.
despised it. Like, I didn't even want to touch it anymore. I think I uninstalled it because I hated it so much.
I still hate the first Dark Souls game. I still do.
Mhm.
But the gameplay is so good, and the story is so almost non-existent unless you look and read into every little detail, which is what I love about it. 'Cause you have to look at all the details. You have to look at the levels, because the levels tell a story. You have to look at the items. Items tell a story. And there's just so much that you can infer on your own that the game doesn't really tell you, that I think is really cool, because your imagination can just go kind of wild with things. And I think that's really neat, because in a lot of other games, I think that would be seen as, just bad storytelling, right? Like, it would just be bad game design. Like, oh, well, you just use your imagination to figure out what happened. But I think they found a way to do it in Dark Souls that other companies haven't. There's a lot of Dark Souls clones out there, but they're never as good.
They make a pun about it. They lack the soul that Dark Souls has.
Exactly.
They can be clones of it, but they're not going to be able to replicate the enjoyment you get from playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, there's always something missing from these other ones. And so
There are some good Dark Souls-like clones out there. I can name a few, like Code Vein.
For sure,
Code Vein was pretty good.
good. Like,
Vein's pretty
Neo is good. It's just, they're not as good.
Yeah.
Just they have this way of making their games. And their games are always complete. Like, I hardly ever find any bugs in any of their games. I don't.
Yeah, and if you do, that's just very one-off instances, or things that are very few and far between.
Yeah.
To see them.
Like, they're complete. You don't have to wait for DLC, and the DLCs are actually like, expansions.
Continuations.
Like, they actually add something to the story.
Yeah, new areas, new weapons.
Yeah,
new
they actually
enemies.
add content. And I don't know, their games are just so good. I love them. And it's not even just Dark Souls. Bloodborne, Sekiro.
I love Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That is one of the first From Software games I 100% had got all the trophies on.
Yeah.
Platinum that bitch. I love that game so much.
And they have so much replayability too that a lot of games struggle to do as well.
Yeah, and try out different builds. Play with new weapons. Do challenge runs,
there's
stuff
so
like
many
that.
different things. There's so many options for replayability. It's crazy. But I think that's where I'll end my list, because I could honestly go into like every single category, but that would just take forever.
Well, I'll go last
Calm
again.
down,
I'll let
kiddo.
Trixie go next. What's your favorite game series, Trixie? Genre, whatever.
I just have the one that I just... Well, really, I have the one. I have one game franchise, one game series that I absolutely adore and will always adore. It'll always have a special place in my heart, no matter how badly they fuck up subsequent
Well, let's hear about it. I want to hear
versions.
everything you got to say
Halo.
about it.
It's just
Okay,
Halo.
okay. Staying strong.
The Halo
yeah.
series, but you know they did lose me. You know, at 5.
I think at
And
4.
this newest... Yeah, well, you know, 4 I was still willing to, you know, give it a shot, but yeah,
Understandable.
I guess they really did more so.
You still had hope
I was still
for it, so you
hopeful
still
at
wouldn't-
5, and they yeah, and they fucked me on that one, so. But no, it'll still have a special place in my heart, and I hate to watch the series going down the tubes the way they're letting it go. They've just given up on the whole storyline and the whole essence of Master Chief and Cortana and their relationship, and I don't know, just their teamwork, their level of teamwork. They've just let all that shit go and just kind of fuck the
they
whole
pretty
story.
much just neutered Cortana.
Yeah.
Just made her to a
Yeah.
a
Well,
villain
they
instead
neutered
of
Master Chief in this latest one. I mean, that guy's like, you know, talking crap to the Master Chief. I'm like, who are you? Who's this douche? Like, you want to just knock him upside the head and, you know, just wake him
talking
when
about
it's
that
over.
weird guy
Like,
named Spartan Locke, who no one really cares about.
such garbage. But I mean, it was the game series that you know, kind of brought us even closer together as a family. You know, even though, you know, we're, you know, not married anymore, and, you know, co-parenting
Jab each
and
other's
things like
throat,
that.
from what I heard.
A
lot of
At
times.
each other's throats, just
Not
yeah.
like actually not like wanting to punch each other, but just how serious your guys'
Yeah.
games got, from what I heard.
Yeah. But I mean, it kept us together as a family. We used to have LAN parties at the house, you know, order a bunch of pizza rolls and sodas and chips, and
Oh
just
man, the pizza
spend
rolls.
a whole weekend eating nothing but garbage and playing Halo. And, you know, had the link system set up and just had, you know, Cat 5 cables running all through the house into every fucking
Yeah.
room, and it was the best. It was, I don't know, to me that's what gaming is all about, is just bringing people together, and if you can't do that, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
With your game or your console or whatever it is.
Yeah,
But for
that's,
me,
that's a good sentiment to have about gaming. It's what gaming should be
Yeah.
about. It should be about bringing people together and having fun.
Master Chief and Cortana will always be my heroes.
The old
And
Master
then-
Chief and Cortana.
Yeah, old Master Chief.
Yeah, the old Master
this new
Chief,
one.
not this pussy whipped one that has this little douchebag to talk down to him without slapping him upside the head. Like, doesn't even make sense to me. I'm having connection issues. I think I'm about to get disconnected.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Pick anything up, and yeah, I got a little connection thingy flashing in the corner. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Alright.
Did somebody punch me back into the game, or what? What just happened?
Mhm.
Who hit me?
No? You just came back on your own. Anything else you
But
gotta say on that?
other than that, like, I do love Overwatch, but not so much just because of Overwatch is a very well done game. I'm very impressed with it. We have played hours upon hours and days, I guess, of the game. But I really do miss playing Total Mayhem, because that was my favorite game to play, and they
Yeah, I
just,
know.
they just screwed the game up so bad. And then with all this shit going on with the company, I can't be supportive like I'd like to be, and
Yeah.
I hate it because I miss it. I
Yeah.
miss playing it. I hate that there's so many cheaters and
I-
so many little
I miss playing
whiny
it too.
bitches on there that have it for free and, you know, don't care whether they get banned or whether, you know, they participate or, you know, There's
I
no,
forgot the
there's
name
no
of that.
teamwork
His name of
in the game anymore. And
Griefers. B.
It's fun.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
got it.
So that's about it for me. That's all
I'll
I'm
make
gonna
one more.
say about that.
It's good sentiments. I enjoyed it.
So Ghost, back to your list, since you're allowed to have more than one game that you just absolutely.
There's only one more
love.
game I can think of that really impacts me the most. That would be the Phantasy Star series. The online version, not the other ones. Never really played the other ones.
NGS.
I didn't play much of the first Phantasy Star Online, but I enjoyed what little I did get to play that game. It's what I think really got me into RPG games. What inspired my love of those games.
Oh yeah.
Because I enjoyed the aspect of just making a cool character and just going on, just hunting down rare loot.
Yeah, for sure.
So it
Putting yourself in the
wasn't,
role of the character.
Skyrim? Scrim didn't get you into RPG?
We don't speak about that game.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I don't like those games.
Oh,
But no,
good to know.
Phantasy Star was just one of those games that I just enjoyed it. I liked the sci-fi aspect and all the cool like guns, swords, staffs, magics you can use, the summons or the photon blasts, that's what they were called.
Yeah. Yeah, the cool summons that you would get.
Barely. I remember the things barely ever happened.
Yeah. I kind
the game-
of miss the summons. Like, I'm kind of disappointed that we
The
don't
cool
have summons
flashy
anymore.
animations you would do whenever you summon them.
Yeah. Yeah, those were always cool. They were this big spectacle.
Yeah. One thing I liked about the game is just that there was so much replayability in those games. You can always start with a new character,
Mm-hmm.
different builds and all that. Farm for these real. You can just sit there and farm for hours for all these cool, these badass drops that you
Yeah.
would spend so much time for and just use the hell out of it the moment you got it.
I can't even
So that
remember
was-
how many times we made a new character on that game.
Most of the time, because your memory cards keep getting corrupted.
Yeah. I always
That was
made a
the biggest-
robot.
Cast.
Yeah.
That was my first character, were Cast Ranger.
Yeah, that was
The series itself was. I said I wasn't as into it as much as Chicken or my brothers or my uncle.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the game though. It was one of those games that I liked. I enjoy a good RPG, and that game sits at the top of my list of RPGs that I love.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good RPG. For sure. They were fun. We played them for hours. Hours. God, got a PSP for the portable version.
Oh, I remember playing that. Like, every time you came over, we'd go like, your dad I'd go with you guys to the Pizza Hut. We'd be playing that the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude, I missed that game. Wish my save never got corrupted.
Yeah. I think the battery pack on my PSP, like, I don't know,
Died.
exploded.
Hmm.
It doesn't fit in there properly. Like, it has this, like, bulge in it.
Oh.
That isn't good.
Yeah.
But let's say I was happy when they finally released PSO2 to us. They gave us PSO2 Global,
Yeah.
so that I finally got a chance to play the game. I played the shit out of that game. Logged over. I don't play as much as other people do, but I logged over 1,000 hours on my character Megan Death. I made the class Summoner. Oh my god, I could talk so much about Summoner, but I won't. I like the game just for the classes. It's just a good series in general.
Yeah.
Cool weapons you can get. The funny mags you can acquire, like I'll give you an example. The Christmas mag that's a wrappy and a bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
Ain't
That one's a
right.
good one.
That ain't right.
The game itself doesn't take itself too seriously either. It's always in good fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
That's about all I have to
really
say in the series.
surprised you didn't say Destiny.
No,
I see you on that far
that's not an
more than I
RPG,
see
and that's
you
a
on
fucking shooter.
any- No, it doesn't have to be an RPG. It's just your favorite game.
No, it's not my favorite game. I play it as an addiction, not because I enjoy it.
That's so weird. Like
I'm
there's
addicted to
gotta
the
be
game.
a support group or a 12-step program
Please no.
or something to get you out of that, because otherwise I just don't understand the draw. But I really thought that's what you would say, is like Destiny.
I'm more of an RP. I enjoy my RPGs more than I do that game. I don't consider that game an RPG.
How many hours have you spent on any RPGs versus what you've spent on Destiny? Do you know?
Depends. Are we going over entire series?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
Monster
time.
Hunter, fucking hands down.
Oh yeah.
I've most
More
time on
time than
Monster Hunter.
Destiny.
Yes, way more
Huh.
time than Destiny. I played the shit out of Monster Hunter.
He does have a lot of time on Monster Hunter, for sure.
Yeah.
It was me and you also wasted so much time on World.
Yeah.
That's a good game too. Especially the DLC, that added so much content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spent a lot.
You know,
of
I need
time.
to get myself a gaming desktop so I can play Monster Hunter Rise. I really want to play that game.
Yeah. Alright, so is that it for favorite games?
I mean, I can give you one more if you
Stingray?
want to pad out some time.
Stingray,
Stingray's
do you
still
have any
here.
input? I have no idea.
What?
What's your
What's
favorite,
your favorite game? Since you're kind of a small guest here, what's your favorite game? Game series or genre?
I think, right. I know the game that I spent the most time on growing up was Reach. That's probably the game I have like the most hours, like in total.
Another Halo.
Yeah, another person saying Halo.
I mean, I mean, like, I always like whatever, gets put out when it comes to Halo, because I've gotten myself really into the lore and all the stories. So, like, any contribution to the lore is, like, good for me. But
That's understandable. I'm not gonna judge you. Other people might, but I won't judge you.
I'll judge you. No.
But yeah, Reach is
somebody
like
who
the
will.
one that I grew up on, spent the most time on for sure. It's like, if I could find the hours on it, I know it surpasses anything else I've played.
Wow.
You got anything else you want to talk about the games or any other game series you're starting to enjoy now? You'd be more than welcome. Talk about it. We're here to listen.
Well, the only other games, I mean, I really like the Bethesda, like, open world games, like the
specific
the
one?
Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series. Skyrim is definitely the one I put the most time into. I like Fallout 3 the most, I think. That one's
Yeah,
really
Fallout
good.
3 is good. That was whenever Bethesda still put a lot of love.
But
and
I
care.
do really
Put
appreciate
effort into it.
how more open and streamlined for like the normal, video game player that 4 is. I know people have their issues with that one, but that one's pretty fun to me.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
like
mind Fallout 4.
That's
It's
the only one I've
I
ever
think the people that are really not into that one are the people that, are claiming it
Hardcore.
breaks everything that is in the lore.
Yeah.
But they do their best to try and, explain the retcons, but people just won't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be pretty stubborn about lore stuff.
I never cared about Fallout for the lore. I really just cared about it because it was fun to blow people up and go through whole towns doing
Yeah.
terrible things.
I like the freedom it gave you.
Also like
You know,
talking
there's this,
smack to
like-
kids in Vault 101.
There's huge debates online on whether or not like ghouls actually need to eat and drink and shit.
You're that specific now, okay.
Yeah, that's
The lore. I didn't
that's
thought
where
that mattered.
that's where it draws a line on Fallout lore. Apparently, it's where people butt their heads.
Seems Seems like a weird
Interesting.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Seems like a weird place to get hung up on.
Yeah.
Those could eat.
But as for like right now, there's nothing's really come out recently that's got me hooked. I mean, Halo Infinite's probably done its best so far. Everything else I'm pretty much done within a week. I've been playing the that Rainbow Six Extraction. That's actually pretty fun, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna last too long.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
we
get bored with it,
been
you mean,
playing
or
that.
what?
I just mean like I really like it right now. I think it's fun every time I go into it, but
I think he means
feel
by
like-
just the fact that it's Rainbow Six. They're probably not going to focus in on it as much as they do like Siege, the actual game it's made from.
yeah, it's probably gonna have slower updates rolling out than
Yeah.
Siege.
Yeah.
is.
It's just a
Siege would.
spin-off, like not their main.
I think it's
priority.
really fun.
There's a lot of good
get the
ideas
argument.
there.
I don't get the argument that it should be like just DOC because I mean they changed a lot of stuff to get that game like running. You know, like the tweaks to the characters and their abilities and
Yeah, and how they
Yeah.
affect the
Progression.
world instead of like, except Sledge. Sledge is pretty much the same.
Oh yeah, just smash his shit.
Yeah. They also implemented some stuff from Siege that's not really necessary, like
The tilting.
Going prone.
The tilting actually is kind of cool. I like the tilting.
yeah,
It's not
The prone
Siege
thing-
if you can't tilt.
but there's
The
not
prone
really a
thing
point.
Seems a bit weird for
tilting or
zombies.
prone-y.
For a zombie. Seems like a hindrance.
Yeah, like when are you ever gonna need to go prone?
Anything else you want to talk about, Stingray?
Um,
You haven't been speaking much. If you want to talk about anything in the gaming industry that's exciting you, any games that are coming up that you are excited for.
I'm not gonna lie. My inner child is getting real ready for that Skywalker trilogy, the Lego game.
Oh my god.
I'm probably gonna put a lot of time
That's
into that.
Too
one.
much honesty. Too much honesty.
All right,
I
we're
grew-
done.
I grew up-
I'm not gonna give you too much judgment. I'll let them do the judgment. If that's something you enjoy, I can't really argue with you.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I used to like the
Freak.
Lego Star Wars games. I used to play
The
them.
games are fun. It's fun.
all
just
of
to-
I played
Fun
all
to
the
kill
Lego
everyone.
Star Wars. I played the Lego Batman was probably my favorite one growing up. That one was really good.
I think I've only ever played the Star Wars.
It was always fun just killing NPCs in that game. So,
All right. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
not to my knowledge. I got nothing else. I already spoke up my piece. Ooh. And grab that.
Trixie?
No, I'm good, I think.
All right. Then we are going to end the podcast here.
Wait, hold on.
Or not.
No, I'm just fucking. I'm just messing with you.
Wait!
Thank you. Special thank you to Stingray though for joining us
For joining.
for his very brief amount
Morning.
of, very small amount of talking, but
Yeah.
still thank you for being here.
Already got
Speaking
them
your mind.
guest appearances. Look at
Yeah,
that.
we're reaching the big top,
Yeah.
big time.
How you know you've made it.
Seconds.
We gotta
Special
get some
guest.
better guests on this show.
Where's Honda
Where's I said better. I said
Oh.
That's how you get to That's how we lose all. That's how you
Right.
lose all
better.
revenue,
Raise the
though.
bar.
at? That's
I'm
how you
sorry,
hit
revenue
rock
that-
bottom.
Bury it.
Alright, so, same old stuff that everybody else says. Like, subscribe, comment,
Like, follow, and obey.
like, follow, and obey. Well, what
Hit
else
the
did it say?
notification bell.
Yeah, ding that notification bell.
Slap the shit out of it.
Yeah, give it
When you
your
hear a
good old
ring-a-ding.
pimp hand.
Is it strong with this one?
It might be, if they hit it.
If they can hit it, they must be
If they
strong.
can hit it, they must be strong. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.